Alright, welcome back. We are back in the Minecraft, and I'm shooting this a little bit out of order. I'm redoing the intro. Quick, like 30-second catch-up. I did get my wings, you can see. Went to the end, grabbed my wings, and of course skipped the first end city. Back in the background, you can see I did make a happy ghast. I've been holding on to that dried ghast since like episode 2. So, yeah, I've had it for a while. Um, that aside, you can see I did do one side of the trench already. I'll do the whole time lapse at the end. There were a few issues while I was filming. I lost a section of video like around here-ish, and I lost like the last section. The last section for some reason just didn't record, and there was one that was like kind of in this area where it went to render it when I, did the, save and quit to title, and it just never completed. It ended up freezing and crashing Minecraft, so I don't know. I ended up losing that section. But what I have run into is that I have a dire need for gunpowder and redstone. I ended up, because I made a few oopsie doodles with some creepers. While I was building it, I had a creeper explode, and I lost like most of my redstone blocks. I've got maybe 30 left, and I probably need another 200 some. Yeah, so it's going to take a while. So my plan is I'm going to build a temporary witch farm. I did not want to build a witch farm until I was like had the perimeter all set up. But I'm gonna build like a really small temporary one, and I'm just gonna like AFK there for a couple of hours and hopefully have a couple of dozen stacks of redstone dust and a bunch of gunpowder. So okay, so not gonna bother with showing off the build because it's getting torn down. Like next episode, probably between episodes, it'll get torn down. So I can build the World Eater. It's productive. Like it's not terrible. I didn't exactly time it, but I think this is about an hour. So that gives me a good bit of redstone dust. It's some more fireworks for being able to fly around with the elytra. Alright, so let's get this one started, and let's get down here. Okay. There we go. All right, she be working, so I guess I'll see you on the other side. Oh, this is gonna take so long. See you in like 40 hours. Alright, we have finally finished the trenching. This took a long time on my end, because of the method that I used to make it. I'll get into it. It took about 60 hours of running the trenchers, probably another 20 hours of building, rebuilding, and fixing the trenchers, and a lot of time in like reorganizing stuff. So because I was picking up materials, so I did get a lot of stuff, and I'll throw up like a list of all the stuff that I got. But this entire bottom here is all cobbled deep slate. Again, it don't matter. It's not padding numbers. All of these boxes are all cobbled deep slate, you know. And yeah, it's all the way to the end, except like not quite another double chest. This one up here is all cobblestone. Over here, we've got tuff, diorite, dirt, clay, andesite, granite, moss blocks, and gravel. We got a bunch of ores. And this is just miscellaneous junk. These are just like, you know, like I had lily pads that ran over, a couple of azalea trees, a couple bone blocks. Yeah, not a ton of other miscellaneous junk, but comparing trenching to TNT bombing, I'll get to that first. I still think trenching is the way to go, even the way that I did it. I think TNT bombing has a lot of background stuff that you have to do if you want a smooth wall. So it means you either have to manually dig all of this out and then water bucket your entire edge, which is probably going to take you about 60 to maybe 80 hours. Assuming, I guess if you had like netherite tools, maybe 60. But if you're just using like diamond efficiency 5 with a beacon, Yeah. If you had a ton of netherite tools, like you've got your, I don't know, you fucking tunnel bore in the nether, and you got all, you know, reserves of netherite tools, you'd probably knock it out in like 60 hours. Or you can TNT bomb the entire thing and then clean up the edge, which is probably also going to take you about 60 to 80 hours. Um, how I would actually recommend you do it. If you don't have an industrial district set up yet, if you just want to start with a perimeter, like I did in this one, what I would recommend is first find a witch hut, build a witch farm there. Next to the witch farm, build a slime farm. I would recommend probably Ilmango's brown mushroom slime farm. It's really easy to build. All you have to do to get your brown mushrooms real quick, get up on the nether roof. Get up on the nether roof, blow a hole in the bedrock, come back down. Up on top of the nether roof, there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of patches of brown mushrooms everywhere. Um, go ahead and grab those. Iron Farm, I'd say any of the really productive ones like ENXO4's Day 1 Iron Farms, reasonably productive. Um, the 4 Village portal based farm, where it's 4 separate, like, little units of villagers with, like, 2 zombies scaring each of the 2 villages, and like the 4-way nether portal on the inside that leads to a kill chamber. That one's really productive. On top of that, I would say get a cobblestone generator. An automated TNT cobblestone generator will get you just double chests and double chests of cobblestone in like a couple of hours. Um, Wood, I would say you're probably not going to have an issue with. Just carving a fire break on the outside of your perimeter, burning the inside, and then picking up whatever logs are there to clean it up. You're going to have like all the wood that you need. I still have probably a full chest's worth of wood logs. So, yeah, no biggie there. As long as there's some kind of forest there in your perimeter, you're going to have plenty. Um, you will need to manually farm a bunch of nether quartz. Still fine. Spend like a couple of hours farming your nether quartz. Then build all 4 trenchers all at once and run them all at once. Um, just dig out your corners, dig your underside trenches. Um, build them so they're all going in directions where they're not going to run into one another at the ends. And yeah, just run them for, I don't know, like 10 minutes, make sure they're running, go AFK for an hour, come back, make sure they're still running, and like go to sleep. You wake up in the morning, go to work, go to school, go to college, go on a date with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you got, I don't care. Um, yeah, then when you come back, it should be done. You could probably bang this out in like 4 days. I'd say 4 days of work. Not like days, not like, you know, 96 hours. Do the math in my head, derp. Um, I mean, I'm talking like 40 hours, like back burner. Um, yeah, because building all of your trenchers, if you have to build them once, it's probably going to take you maybe like 12 hours. If you have to rebuild them, it takes longer. If you get blown up by a creeper while you're while you're setting it up, uh, yeah, or while it's running. Oh god, that one sucked. Um, I had to completely rebuild it. It tore itself apart. Um, and then yeah, just have a central platform like that and build yourself a little AFK spot and go AFK for like 15, 16 hours and yeah, let it run. Um, I think that's about it. I think that's about it for this one. Next episode is going to be me water bucketing all the edges. I don't have to do it, but I want to. I want to make sure like my edges, my walls look pristine. Then it's going to be running the World Eater and filling in the debucketing the outer edge and filling in like all of these like little water draining things. I'm gonna like block all those up. All right, so you may be like, "Hey, Kuma, what up with the weird transition here?" So what happened was, um, after filming the original outro and while doing prep work for the next episode, I was building the schematic or adjusting the schematic for the size of trench. World Eaters are rarely the exact size you need them, or if you don't want to like use a pre-existing size, if you're not like, okay, I'll just take whatever's there, and yeah. So I was setting up this schematic, and I got this all designed. I like, cut off pieces. I redid stuff to get it to fit right and all that. Um, and oop, there we go. What we happened was I found out that the last block on both of the wide sides was not reliably being destroyed. So what I had to do was run the 3-wide trencher again, and I just 3-wide trenched on both of these sides and on this side, because during testing, the last block on this side was not reliably getting destroyed, and that's just a tiling issue. That's like, the TNT duper, the TNT bomber is like one block over, like too far. On that, when I'm tiling it for this wide, is fine. But yeah, so I just AFK'd at the witch farm for a little while and over at the slime farm and just let them run like overnight and into the next day, like I said. If I was smart, I would have remembered that all of my trenching schematics require, or not trenching, all my World Eater schematics require a 15 wide side. But I'm dumb, so I saw a cool trencher and was like, let me use that. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Oh well. But anyway, yeah. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.